Hello everyone, we are from Tutorial 3 Group 5 and we will be presenting about Chapter 14, Controlling Work and Organizational Processes. Before we start, let's get to know our group members. Hanis, myself, Muhammad Izaris, Amir, Arina Safia, Fitri Haikal, Muhaimin, Nur Shakila, Shafika, Azam, and Aiman. With that being said, let's start with our first question.
The question one is, what is the role of control in management? For the answer is involve overseeing and influencing employee performance to ensure the accomplishment of established goals. The passage illustrates a contemporary shift towards positive feedback in organizations like the Boston Consulting Group and PricewaterhouseCoopers LLP. This shift emphasizes pricing employees, celebrating victories, and conducting performance review that focus on strength rather than mistakes. However, it also acknowledging the contrasting tough-love approach at companies like Netflix, where negative feedback is not avoided. The passage underscores the diverse strategies in management styles, emphasizing the adaptability required to effectively oversee and influence employee performance in the modern workplace.
Hello everyone, I will be representing question 12 too, which is describe 4 methods managers can use to acquire information about actual work performance. As aspiring managers, it's crucial for us to gather accurate information about how our teams are performing. Let's explore 4 key methods that can provide valuable insight. First up, we have personal observation. This method involves managers immersing themselves in the work environment, directly witnessing how tasks are executed. By being on the ground, managers can identify challenges, assess work dynamic, and gain deeper understanding of the workplace culture. Personal observation allows for proactive problem solving and enhance the manager's connection with the team. The second method is through statistical reports. This report provides a quantitative perspective on the work performance by analyzing numerical data such as productivity metrics, error rates, and efficiency indicators. Statistical analysis help identify trends and patterns, enabling managers to make informed decisions based on objective data. This method particularly useful for assessing large-scale operations and identifying areas for improvement. Next, we have oral reports. Communication is key in management, and oral reports facilitate regular discussion between manager and team members. This discussion exchange information about work progress, challenges, and achievement. The open dialogue factor, collaboration, allows managers to gain insight into employee perspective and provide an avenue for real-time feedback. It is it is a powerful method for building trust with the team. Our final method is through written report. This formal document, which can take the form of performance review, project summaries, or progress updates, provide a systematic way to document work performance. By requiring employees to record their activities, manager can review and analyze information systematically. Written reports serve as a historical record, aiding in performance evaluation, goal setting, and strategic planning. In conclusion, a combination of personal observation, statistical reports, oral reports, and written report equip managers with a comprehensive toolkit for assessing actual work performance. Each method offers a unique insight, contributing to a holistic understanding that empowers managers to make informed decisions and drive continuous improvement within their organization. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you find this method valuable in your management journey. Thank you.
Hello everyone, now let's move to question 14.3. Planning and controlling are the opposite sides of the same coin. Do you think this statement is true at all levels of the organizational hierarchy? Why and why not? So at first, I will explain the planning and controlling. Planning is the process of setting goals, defining objectives, and determining the course of action needed to achieve them. It involves forecasting future conditions, making decisions, and developing strategies to guide the organization toward its desired outcomes. Planning is essentially the process of imagining the future and laying out a road to get there. While controlling is the management function that follows planning. It involves monitoring ongoing activities to make sure that they align with the goals that have been set and correcting any significant deviations. Controlling is necessary to determine whether the objectives are being fulfilled and if not, to implement corrective measures. It provides feedback to ensure that the organization stay on course and adapt to change or challenge. In conclusion, both functions are interconnected. Without control, planning is ineffective, and without planning, there is no basis for control. So, is the statement planning and controlling are the opposite sides of the same coin true at all levels of the organizational hierarchy? The answer is yes. It is possible to think of planning and controlling as the two sides of the same coin. Controlling and planning, crucial management functions work hand in hand. At the top level, strategic planning sets vision and goals, acting as the blueprint. Controls define these strategic goals, ensuring that the organization stays on course. As we move down the hierarchy to middle and frontline management, the nature of planning and controlling may shift. Middle managers play a crucial role in translating strategic plans into specific operational goals. Here, controlling becomes paramount to ensure that day-to-day activities contribute effectively to the broader organizational objective. It is important to recognize that while the statement holds true to a certain extent across all levels, the degree of integration between planning and controlling may vary. At the top, strategic planning and control are more intertwined, while at lower levels, operational planning and control may be more immediate and detailed. Finally, it may be said that controlling and planning have a connection similar to that of two sides of a coin. A successful organizational journey necessitates both planning and controlling, as symbolized by the coin. Still, the degree of integration varies according to the nature at work at various levels of hierarchy and managerial duties. That's all from me. Thank you.
Let's see what is contrast of feedforward control, concurrent controls, and feedback controls. Let's see the contrast of these types of control. While concurrent control focuses on real-time monitoring and adjustment during ongoing activities, feedforward control is centered around anticipating and preventing problems before they occur, while feedback control involves evaluating the outcomes of complete activities for continuous improvement. Next, feedforward control addresses potential issues in the early stage. Concurrent control identifies and corrects deviations during ongoing activities, and feedback controls focus on improvement after project completion. How they are characterized? Proactively, managing potential issues before they emerge characterize the feed-forward controls, while concurrent control operates in the present, overseeing and adjusting ongoing activities in real time. On the other hand, feedback controls adopts a retrospective perspective, evaluating complete activities to extract lessons and enhance future performance. In short, feed-forward, concurrent, and feedback controls help manage things at different times, ensuring everything works well in an organization. Together, they provide a well-rounded approach to ensure the effectiveness of the organization's process and activities.
Thank you, Arina, and hi everyone. My name is Hanis, and today I would like to present about question 45, which is feedback control is after the fact, and illustrate why its use may be perceived as a disadvantage for any organization. Okay, so to answer this question, I would like to share with all of you some disadvantage of feedback control. First and foremost is reactive nature. Why I say so is because the term of reactive nature refers to the characteristic of feedback control, where the control action takes place in response to event or deviation that already occurred. Post-event action, time lag, and identification of deviation is some of the key aspects of the reactive nature of the feedback control. This reactive nature can be disadvantaged because by the time managers receive information about problems, the damage may already be done. So, in a simpler way, when this delay in response time happened, it will lead to higher expenditure, wasted resources, and potentially irreversible outcome. The next disadvantage is it will impact on organizational efficiency. It is because since feedback control is focusing on problem that already happened, the problem solving might be taking a lot of time and cost. So due to this can hinder the organization ability to stay competitive and innovative in a dynamic business environment. Lastly, I would like to conclude that I know that feedback control has a lot of advantage, but there is also a lot of disadvantage towards the company. This is because feedback control is approached in reactive rather than taking proactive measures. The organization must consider to use proactive measures such as feed-forward control. This is because the organization can implementing controls to spot and tackle issues early so that it can help organizations operate more effectively. That's all from me. Let's move on to the next presenter.
Let's move to the 10-point summary of healthy fast food. First, in the early 1990s, Chipotle entered the fast food industry with a challenging goal, which is creating a healthier alternative to the traditional fast food. Next, the E. coli outbreak in Seattle, July 2015, marked the beginning of Chipotle's issues with food pollution. Then, the company's stock dropped, and it faced lawsuit from customers who get sick after dining on its restaurant. Chipotle also aimed to prepare as much food as possible in nearby stores to uphold its commitment to serving fast food. Continue. The problem of food contamination likely occurred due to the complexity of how the food was sourced and prepared in store. Next, Chipotle didn't know about the contaminated products, making it harder to find a solution, and Chipotle made change in how they prepare and handle food and implement new measures to check for meat contamination after the incident. However, Chipotle paused all its stores once afternoon to introduce new food handling rules and give staff standardized training, and the company is dealing with challenges in rebuilding trust from customers and its brand. Lastly, after the company faced challenge with its CEO Steve Ells, the new management has successfully led the company to recovery. As in evidence, its sales are better than expected.
Now, I will presenting questions 14-11. Why is it important for Chipotle to revise the company's food handling and food supply standards? It is important for Chipotle to revise company's food handling and food supply standards because, first, to avoid food contamination from happening again. Chipotle's food contamination problems started with an E. coli outbreak in July 2015 in Seattle, and next was a norovirus outbreak in California and followed by a salmonella infection in Minnesota. This is why important for Chipotle to revise company's food handling and food supply standards. Next, to ensure Chipotle can serve the fresh foods, the company has implemented a new control to test for meat contamination and also changed some food handling and preparation procedures to make sure they can provide a fresh food for the customer. And the last one, to keep the quality and safety of Chipotle's food. By revised company's food handling and food supply standards, Chipotle can serve the quality and control the safety foods to the customers. So this is why important for Chipotle to revise the company food handling and food supply standards. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. My question is, which controls will be more important to Chipotle? Feed-forward, concurrent, or feedback? Explain. Why is this level of managerial control necessary? Feed-forward control is crucial for Chipotle to anticipate and prevent problems before they arise. These safeguards are essential for helping issues in their tracks, ensuring that Chipotle's supply chain adheres to strict criteria to guarantee the quality and safety of locally sourced ingredients. Establishing ties with vendors and enforcing strict standards when purchasing locally are measures that help reduce the danger of contamination. On the other hand, concurrent controls are vital for Chipotle to monitor operation in real time. Implementing policies like routine inspections of food handling and preparation processes allows for early identification and prompt addressing of potential issues. For example, employing technologies such as security cameras in kitchens enable Chipotle to observe food preparation and handling in real time, swiftly identifying any departures from acceptable norms. Controls for feedback are essential for Chipotle to learn from its past experience. These safety measures involve assessing events like E. coli outbreaks and making modifications to policies, practices, and training to prevent future food contamination problems. For For instance, setting up surveys or feedback forms to gather client input and insights allows Chipotle to better understand customer preference and pinpoint areas for improvement regarding food safety and quality. All three controls are required because of Chipotle's dedication to quality and the complexity of its in-store preparation and purchasing food processes. But following food contamination events, feedback controls become even more important for ongoing development and winning back customer confidence. In order to maintain food quality and safety in its operation going ahead, Chipotle will need to integrate these measures in a balanced way. The level of managerial controls is necessary due to several reasons. Firstly, layers of complexity are added to Chipotle's supply chain by its dedication to using only the freshest, locally sourced ingredients and decentralized food preparation. Controlling multiple vendors and ensuring the safety and quality of ingredients procured from various locations calls for efficient controls throughout the supply chain. Standards for vendor selection, routine inspection, and quality assurance procedures must be put in place. Additionally, operational scale. Strong controls are necessary to ensure that the policies and practices are the same in every store. This will entail putting in place centralized training programs, making use of technology for in-the-moment monitoring, and making certain that all locations follow the same existing standards for food safety. For instance, using digital training platforms, including universally accessible e-learning courses, post-act training. This guarantees that training is uniform and accessible to a large number of employees. Next, customer credibility and image. The 2015 food contamination incidents severely damaged Chipotle's brand and reduced customer confidence. Strict controls are required to show a renewed commitment to food safety and quality in order to regain trust. This entails open communication with updated safety precautions, proactive client interaction, and ongoing efforts to go above and beyond legal requirements. Chipotle's dedication to high standards can be further validated by routine audits and third-party certifications. Last but not least, financial and legal implications. This entails putting in place safeguards against contamination, home reaction system for problems when they emerge, and ongoing development based on knowledge gained from previous mistakes. Ensuring strict compliance with food safety rules and other legal requirements is crucial, and measures should be implemented to guarantee this throughout the entire operation. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Next, we're going for the next question, which is question 4030. How can Chipotle make sure that employees are following the new food handling standard? Firstly, Chipotle can make sure the employee following the food handling standard by monitoring. Chipotle can implement a system for monitoring employee compliance to new standard. This could involve on-site manager or design food safety supervisor carrying out routine inspection, using technology such as surveillance camera to monitor food preparation areas and ensure employees follow established protocols. Second is training program. Chipotle can develop and implement through training program for all employees involved in food handling. This should include proper hygiene, food safety guideline, and the specific procedure outlined in the new standard. Conduct regular training sessions to reinforce the importance of adhering to the standard and update employees on any change or improvement in protocol.
Thank you to the previous presenter. Hi, my name is Muhammad Aiman bin Muhammad Azam, and I'll explain the statement: the more basic the food chain, the easier it is to control, and the managerial advice on control here. What does it mean by a more basic food chain? A basic food chain refers to a simpler food which consists of a fewer intermediaries between the source of ingredients and the end products. So why is it easier to control? First, fewer variables. This is because of the reduced ingredients and the preparation steps, in addition to the fewer stages involved in sourcing, production, and delivery of ingredients. Next, consistent standards. Managers can set clear specifications and standards to all the suppliers and employees, so that they can monitor the adherence more effectively. Thirdly, centralized control. When ingredients are sourced from a limited number of suppliers, managers can enforce the consistent standards to the entire supply chain. Some of the managerial advices are standardization, where clear and standardized procedures and specifications for all stages of supply chain are established, and quality standards for ingredients, production processes, and final products are set. Next, technology utilization. Managers need to implement the use of technology to track and monitor systems and compliance to standards. Lastly, training and communication. It should be ensured that all employees are well trained and communicate effectively so that any issues can be solved promptly through clear and effective communication. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now we will move on to question 14-15. We will explore the critical roles that social responsibility and ethical behavior play in ensuring that controls are appropriate and effective within an organization. Here are the key aspects related to social responsibility and ethical behavior. First and foremost, social responsibility and consumer trust. Social responsibility involves acting in the best interest of society. Chipotle commitment to providing healthy, locally sourced food align with this responsibility. However, when the crisis hit, consumer trust was severely affected. Ethical behavior in this context means being transparent about challenges, taking responsibility, and actively working to regain that trust. Another vital role is supply chain management. Chipotle emphasis on locally sourced ingredients reflects a socially responsible approach. However, ethical behavior in supply chain management is crucial, ensuring fair treatment of suppliers, maintaining quality standards, and managing contamination risks are all part of the ethical decision-making process. Next, quality control and food safety. To balance the promise of fresh, local ingredients with national food safety standard, Chipotle had to make ethical decisions. Implementing robust quality control measure and actively addressing food safety concerns were essential steps in aligning with both social responsibility and ethical behavior. Furthermore, effective corporate governance is key aspect of social responsibility. Chipotle responds to the crisis, implementing new controls, centralizing food preparation, and challenging sourcing practices reflect ethical decision-making, aim at preventing future incidents and ensuring the well-being of all stakeholders. Lastly, employee training and standard. Treating employees ethically and providing a safe working environment is part of social responsibility. Chipotle decision to close all stores for employee training on new food handling standard exemplifies this commitment. Well-trained employees contribute to both social responsibility and effective controls. In conclusion, the Chipotle case serves as a valuable lesson in the delicate balance between business objective and ethical consideration. Social responsibility and ethical behavior are not just a buzzword, they are integral to the success of control within any organization. As we move forward, let's remember the importance of aligning our business practices with the value we hold dear. Thank you for listening.
Moving on to the question 14 strip 16. Is controlling employee performance an important responsibility of managers? The answer is first, goal achievement and alignment. The managers play a vital role in ensuring that employees are actively working towards accomplishing established goals. This involves not only setting clear objectives, but also aligning the efforts of the workforce with the overall organizational goals. Second is different approach in employee performance management. A shift towards more positive feedback, encouragement of celebrating victories, and focus on strengths. Simultaneously, it contrasts this with a tough love approach in some companies like Netflix, showcasing the diversity in management styles employed by organization. Last is managerial influence on employee performance. The significance of manager in overseeing and influencing employee performance, whether through positive reinforcement, constructive feedback, or more assertive measures. Managers play a crucial role in shaping the performance culture within an organization. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I will presenting 10-point summary of employee performance control. First, employee performance is one of the important responsibilities that needs to be controlled by the managers. Second, managers just want to see the goal that is accomplished by employees as planned. Third, at BCG, the managers frequently praise the employees and celebrate even a small achievement to focus on an individual employee's strengths. Fourth, the managers will focus on what went wrong and where and how the employees need to improve their skills. Fifth, after the company noticed that some of its workers were leaving the company shifted toward more positive feedback. Sixth, managers should discuss with the employees about the organization's futures. 7. Managers should focus more on the career outlook discussions where the employees fit in rather than they screw up. 8. That company also encourages their employees to support and praise each other by using e-cards to shout out to their colleagues or subordinates for work done. 9. Managers also provide the money to reward the employees who achieve positive accomplishments. The last one, Netflix company not follow the positivism trend and giving negative feedback to their employees until there is little doubt on company performance.
Next is question 14, script 17. Should managers focus only on positive feedback? Explicitly advocate for managers to focus exclusively on positive feedback. It recognizes the importance of recognizing areas for improvement, but suggests a more balanced and constructive approach to performance management. But in my perspective, the answer is no. Managers should not focus solely on positive feedback. While acknowledging and reinforcing positive performance is essential for motivation, but addressing areas of improvements through constructive criticism is equally vital. A balanced approach fosters continuous improvement and resilience. Thank you.
Next question, question 4018. What are the risks associated with providing employee only positive feedback and providing limited feedback on areas of improvement? So these are three risks if company always giving only positive feedback and limited feedback on areas improvement. Firstly, decreased innovation and creativity. Employees may be less likely to take a risk or suggest innovative ideas if they are not used to receiving constructive feedback. A fear of criticism can suffocate creativity and hinder the organization's ability to adapt and innovate. Second is stagnation of skill development. Without constructive criticism, employees may not be aware of areas where they can be improved. This lack of awareness can lead to stagnation in skill development and hinder professional growth. Lastly, difficulty identifying high potential employee. Identify high potential employee become challenging when positive feedback is not balanced with insight into areas for improvement. Recognizing and nurturing talent relies on a comprehensive understanding of an employee capability and potential. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Fitri Haikal. For question 14/19, where will you be more comfortable? An organization with a performance review approach, more like the Boston Consulting Group, or more like Netflix? Make a list of the pros and cons of both approaches before you make your choice. What career advice could you take away from this? So let's jump into the first approach, which is BCG's positive feedback approach. One of the main pros of BCG's positive feedback approach is boosted morale and motivation. The constant praise and encouragement can foster a positive and supportive work environment, leading to higher employee engagement and motivation. Moreover, BCG's positive feedback approach focuses on strength, where BCG identifying and acknowledging strength can build confidence and encourage further development in those particular areas. Next, avoiding harsh criticism can prevent feelings of inadequacy and pressure, potentially leading to lower stress level. Therefore, this approach may reduce stress and anxiety. Lastly, open communication where positive feedback discussion can create a more open and collaborative environment where employees feel comfortable reaching out for help or expressing concern. On the other hand, the main cons of this approach consist lack of accountability. Due to excessive positivity might downplay areas needing improvement, potentially hindering growth. Furthermore, sugarcoating will exist if the company practice this approach because they ignoring shortcomings that can prevent addressing main problems that may harm individual performance. Other than that, it's limited learning opportunities and last but not least, unrealistic expectations occur due to overly positive feedback carries unrealistic expectation, leading to disappointment and frustration if not met. For the second approach is Netflix staff approach, where the main pros of this approach is high performance expectation. This approach sets clear benchmark and encourage striving for excellence. Second of all is direct and clear feedback, where constructive criticism can provide actionable insight for improvement and development. And in addition is accountability and growth. This culture pushes individuals to take ownership of their performance and continuously seek ways to improve. Lastly, competitive environment. This approach can foster a competitive spirit that drives innovation and a high achievement. For the cons or disadvantages for this approach, the main problem that will involve is stress and anxiety because constant pressure and negative feedback can create a stressful and demanding work environment, leading to burnout and decreased morale. Moreover, demotivation will exist. Harsh criticism can discourage employees, hindering creativity and initiative. In addition, high turnover because a culture of negativity might lead to high employee turnover, impacting team stability and knowledge retention. Last but not least, reduced collaboration. Competition and fear of criticism can discourage collaboration and knowledge sharing. Therefore, in my opinion, Netflix staff level approach will be the most effective way for me to succeed in a corporate setting. The pressure to perform under criticism will motivate me to strive for excellence and compete with my colleagues. Although this approach may be stressful, it will help me maintain focus and work hard to achieve both personal and organizational goals. In contrast, BCG's positive feedback approach may boost employee confidence and strengthen team bonds, but it could ultimately hinder individual growth and impede organizational progress. Now for the career advice. The main point that I will highlight is self-awareness, where we must understand our preferred work environment. Do we thrive in a supportive and encouraging atmosphere, or are we motivated by challenge and clear expectation? In addition, is communication. We need to talk to people currently working in this company to get first-hand insight into the culture and expectation. Last but not least is career goals. Consider which approach aligns better with our career aspiration. Do we prioritize personal growth and a positive work environment, or are we driven by achieving ambitious goals in a competitive setting? Ultimately, the choice between these two approaches is personal. By weighing the pros and cons and reflecting on our needs and goals, we can make an informed decision about the environment where we can thrive and grow in our career.